Boom! Welcome to Facing Your Shadow Take 2. So, earlier today, I actually attempted to go live, but then something happened that demanded my attention. So, I'm back. And yeah, so today, what does facing your shadow actually mean? So, in the personal development space, we have what you call our dark side. Our dark side is that part in us that we are in denial of, or maybe the better term is the part of us that we deny, not necessarily in denial of, right? So for some people it's the fact that they are scared of accepting the fact that they are hurt. For some people um it's a battle between what their perception of their self is. For example, they perceive themselves as a position of power, therefore they must never show weakness. um, it could also be something about you with underlying issues that never got resolved. For example, an event in your life when you were young that involve possibly your parents or family members that you did not resolve, right? Now, the dark side in particular, or the shadow, is a subconscious, is part of your subconscious view or perception of yourself. And okay, I'm just making sure that I'm covering all bases when it comes to the comments, right? Because I want everyone involved as much as possible. So uh, now in my case, let's see. I sh- I'm gonna share a more tangible story with regards to the shadow, right? So with regards for me, my shadow came in the form of um, my commander. If you guys take a lot of personality tests, even as simple as DISC, MBTIs, and all of that, the one thing every single personality test has in common between me, has in common with the results, is that I am very dominant. That means I and I've lived a life where I was an officer of ROTC. I've lived life where I was a black belt teaching people. So my form of leadership involved yelling, discipline, um, telling people what to do, and not actually listening. Now, what was the price I paid? Now, in the setting of a black belt teaching, or martial artist teaching people, um, what happened is that um, what's the word I'm looking for? As a martial artist, the setting was that the dogmatic way of leadership or of commanding is okay. But in the form of business, right? Lo and behold, I implemented that sort of dogmatic leadership, and lo and behold, I woke up one day and my team disappeared. And this was while I was in the MLM space, which is very interesting. So for a very long time, I would hold myself back from from being, well, from being upfront, from being direct. I would always engage people with mind games instead of just telling people outright what I thought. How many of you can relate? Right, type me in the comments if you can relate. Well, and then I realized that while I've been living life scared of what people think of me, right? Na natatakot ako because if I don't or natatakot ako because if I were to show my true self, maybe I will wake up one day alone. Now, in the in one of the activities that we did in personal development, it's called embracing your shadow. So, what happened was basically, let's just say there's a series of exercises that you can do. If you want to learn more, It's something beyond. You can attend one of our campfire classes. It's free every Saturday if you guys wanna at 8 p.m. If you guys wanna be part of that. Um, but what happened was basically I learned to embrace the commander. I learned to embrace that part of me that shows command, and ultimately I realized that hey, I can actually be compassionate but blunt at the same time. I can actually give and be what's the word I'm looking for. Don't deal with BS at the same time, right? So I didn't have to navigate my ways or to become Machiavellian in such a way when I'm talking to people. I can just be myself. And that has made all the difference when it comes to my relationships. And because people who stay are people who also can handle the truth. And and for me it has worked wonders. So I'll end this live with this. What part of you are you suppressing out of fear? What part of you are you suppressing out of fear? And what I invite you to do is I invite you for tonight, just for tonight, and say, try to imagine this part of you in front of you and say, I forgive you. Okay? So that's it for this live. See you then.